Hey folks, Jonathan here. Been a little while since I've done a video. So anyway, here's what we're working on. We're working on this rear panel, and as you can see, this is the rear for the Model T, or T bucket that we're building, or turtle deck style roadster. I think this with the turtle deck, and then probably fenders on the back would look really good on that car. And maybe we'll do something. Maybe front fenders that turn with the wheels. Something like that would look really good on it, but you know, that's up to, of course, the owner too. So what we're going to do now, I brought it in here. I actually done a little bit of hammering to get it straight to where it would lay here, because you know it was all flopped over and stuff. So just done enough to get it up, and we're going to start by running this 3/8 solid around it, and we got it clamped in the center. We'll tack it, and then we're just going to start moving, and then of course it's got to bend down at this corner and come down and around, and we'll do both of them that way, and you know, measure and make sure we get it exactly right. What we can do is go from center point to edge. Now one good thing about it is this is an original bend, and that is an original bend, so we've got the whole section here. I know it's rotted. I know this side is definitely shorter than this side because it's rotted more. We got our brackets, and what we're going to do with them brackets is bend them around to where both of them are bolted on but straight, and this one I got to bolt back on because it's pulled through. And then we're going to run a straight piece between here and there, and that's going to steady it up also. And now we're going to have to cut the bottom and add to the bottom. That's not a big issue, we know that, but I'm going to end up hammering out these. You can see there's beads there for the fender well, for the tire, because like I said, this would have been a back section of a touring sedan, and a touring sedan would be like a 4-door convertible, and you know, open car. So anyway, so that's the Nina catching bugs. Did you get him, Nina? So that's the deal. That's where we're at, and I think I'll go ahead and get to tacking and starting to bend this thing around a little bit. We'll see what happens. Okay, folks. There you go. We're about 10 minutes in. You see where we're at here. My wife's birthday, so I've got to slack off here a little bit. Got other things I got to do, so be back on it tomorrow. All right. Okay, folks. It's the following day. I'm out here in the shop messing around with this thing. Doing the best I can do anyway, and we've gotten, it was crooked going up. I looked at it and looked at it and looked at it, and I finally figured out what the deal is. Okay, I took these bolts out of these brackets, these steel brackets, and rethreaded the holes and all that good stuff, but the problem is they was put on the body about an inch difference in height, I guess, from the factory, and so I'm going to have to re-drill the holes in the actual body panel itself to get the height right, because this side over here is just too damn low, and that one you can see, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but the steel and then the beaded opening was about an inch between it. This one here is right on it, the opening, so I think that's what I'm going to do now, so I can try to get this thing straightened out. I can't get it where I want it to where I can actually start doing some decent welding and getting it where it won't move. And I've also got to shorten it up because it's going to be too long for the roadster. And you know, I've just got some bracing on here temporarily to hold everything together, and we'll get it all figured out here as we go. Alright folks, here's where we're at so far. I feel like I've finally got it sort of under control. You know, trying to hold a spaghetti noodle vertical, I mean, it's hard to get it where you want it, but once you get it where you want it and get it tacked in, you're good. So I hate this light being like it is, but oh Lord have mercy. We'll do a little bit more later where you can see it better, but you know, it's 8 out pretty bad here. That's got to come in, but when it comes in, it bends this over where it needs to be. So we've got still got some bending, but you know, when I'm done, I don't know how much of this original sheet metal is going to be left. You know, quite a bit, but you know, we're going to replace a lot of panels here. Although I still got a lot to do on this, I want to go ahead and get cleaned up a little bit, get this turned, and get the cowl in here and check the length, because I think it's too long where it's at. So we're probably going to do some little change in here to shorten it up a little bit, and maybe we'll see. Now I looked at the turtle deck, and we may widen that turtle deck. I'll see what Carl thinks, the owner, and we may split it down the center and just widen it out to make it look better with this car, because I think this is quite a bit much wider than what a T would be, but that's okay. You know, more room is a lot nicer, and like I said, it looks kind of funny because of the panel being bent like it is, but as you can see, you can push it in with my foot and come back straight. So we've just got some more tweaking to do. We'll get her. All right, so anyway, what we've got here, I brought the cowl and the doors in, just got everything slid up together. Wanted to look. Now we're missing the piece that goes here. I'm gonna have to build it. We got it on the other side with the windshield post, but we'll make one, not a problem. So what where we're at now. Okay, I think for using the turtle deck, we've got it a little too long. Body from here back, we'll have to measure it, and then you know, I'll figure out how far we've got to go back and cut off the quarters here. So that's not a big issue. I'm just trying to look at some height issues. So what we've got is, I've got the door sitting on the ground, and I got this 6 inches up, and we're about even at the top. And then the door is about 6 inches down from the top of the cowl. Now we've got to do a little work on the cowl anyway up here, because of course you see what it looks like, but we've got to do some stanchions of some sort for the windshield. And he's probably just going to buy the open Model T windshield stanchions. They're a lot cheaper than what Model A's are, because most T's were open anyway, a lot of them. So there shouldn't be an issue. What I think I'll do is raise the door up about halfway, which will bring it right up here. And then we will build a rocker below the door, and then we'll raise the body up the 3 inches, and you know, that way it'll be level, and that won't make it too tall. It'll make it look good because it does curve up, but it won't make it too tall. I think I'll go get the turtle deck and just see how it looks on there. I sort of like it with nothing, you know, just nothing behind it. You know, I've seen them with like just a keg back there and stuff, but you know, somebody might want to have a little room to haul something, so you know, even put something in, you know, a little bit of something anyway. And you know, you got to have a place for battery and gas tank and all that. So anyway, it's coming along. I did get, you know, this pretty much how I want it, and it's good and straight, so we, you know, we can work with it. We just got to do some ciphering here, and then we're going to build this piece that goes here probably next, and get our cowl in working order. Now the reason I'm working on this and not working on the straight 8 Buick is because I ordered a bunch of parts, and they all made it near me Friday, but of course none of them are coming out for delivery until today. So I mean till Tuesday, I'm sorry. So we won't have anything till Tuesday, and so I figured I'd just hold off and go on and do this. I've got just about everything I need where I can pull the engine back out and go ahead and get that finished up and done, and get the intake finished up, get it in. Most of the stuff on that car's coming along really well. I mean, there was stuff I could have worked on, but you know, the humidity, the sun's been out, and I hadn't felt real good, so I've just been piddling in here in the shop and trying to stay out of that direct sunlight anyway. So but here's what we've got so far, and you know, I think once we cut it back and we figure out the lengths, you know, maybe it'll look all right. It's pretty big in there now, so it's almost as big as a touring sedan, I guess. So let me get the turtle deck, and then I'm going to take a measurement from here to the back. I've got a Model T I could do, you know, an original T Roadster, but I think what I'll do is measure maybe the Roadster I built, because I know it's a little shorter than I like. So if we went like 6 inches longer than it would be really nice. And we'll just see what it is and maybe go from there. I want to make sure there's enough room in it. You know, I like the way things look, but sometimes having room is that's even more important than looks. But you know, that's the way it goes. I've seen some of these rat rods where they're laying on the floor, you know, who can't see over the engine, stuff like that, and I can't do that. You know, I want something I can drive and be comfortable driving. That's the whole point of building it myself. So, or a lot of the point. So, all right, let me see what we can figure out here, and I'll show you more. All right, folks, there's the turtle deck on it. Actually matches up pretty decent. I could pull it in and make it look like it's made for it for sure. I don't know that we could widen it because of where the body turns. Sure couldn't widen it much. Now, I need to go out. I'm going to go out and measure my Model T and see the width and see how much wider this one is back here than the T is. And then we'll know a little more. I think what I'm going to do before I do anything, before I shorten it up, before we carve anything in stone here, we're going to get Carl over here to take a look and make sure that he don't want to just leave it open, and maybe put a keg back here, or you know, go ahead and go with the pickup bed. Make sure this is what he likes, and see how much shorter we need to go with this. I'm going to do some measuring real quick, and I'll let you know what the measurements are here in comparison. All right. Okay, so the length from the dash to the back of the panel is 50 inches, and the length from here to the other side is 50 inches. So let's go check the original Model T first. Okay, so here's an original. As you can see, same turtle deck, about the same condition. You can see the body don't stick out nearly as far. So, but like I said, we're not dealing with a T body. We're dealing with something completely different. Now, it's got a panel that runs down. That wouldn't be a problem to do. So let's get some distances. Okay, so from the dash to the back is 39 inches, and from here over is 46 inches. So these things are small as can be in comparison to what we're working with. So even the doors are different. I don't know, that door might be the same as them two doors. Looks a little shorter, but I don't know. Anyway, so the other cow we got is like this one. And I really don't want to use that cow. I want to use the one we're using. So. Alright, let's go measure something else. Okay, after measuring everything, the other cars, I think I can lose about 8 inches and still have plenty of room inside. So we'll decide what we're going to do here, and I'm sure Carl will be over here tomorrow and take a look and just see what he thinks. But until then, I think I'm going to call it. But I'm going to be building on this particular job here. We're going to be building this piece next. So what we'll do is we'll make an outside piece just like this, and then roll it in the slip roll to get the shape right, and then we'll cut the front section and weld it on, and we'll just make it. We're going to cut this off straight. So once we get that made, then we can actually start putting some stuff together like I want, doors and such. It'd be sort of nice if we could take on the doors. What I'd like to do, instead of like taking, if we need to take 8 inches out, instead of taking 8 out, go ahead and take 10 out, and then take 2 inches and add to this. And because the door's going to be up about right here, but this is going to get cut off up here, we could bring it down a little bit, 2 inches back, to make our door jamb. And then of course, like I said, we're going to open these backwards anyway, so which, you know, really don't matter. You can go either way you want. So that's where we're at anyway. I mean, we've got a good start on it. We've got everything in sort of in place here where I want it to be able to get it how I need it. And it's actually going pretty well. So anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and probably work on this some more tomorrow, and then Tuesday we'll be back on the Roadster pickup, and then we'll go from there. But all right, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.